Hello and welcome to another instalment of the TR7 I. Now, where do I start? Last I had was a problem with the fan. The fan only going on speed 3. It's still the same now. Big shout out to Chris Manning and his friend Dave from the Devon TR Drivers Club that put me in touch with Dave, Chris, so I get another one of these, which I thought was faulty. Now, I thought this may have been some sort of resistor bank, but it's not. It's not, and judging by the wattage that's required to take the power, usually the resistance, what I've seen on cars before, on modern cars if I may say it, are actually the resistors are wire wound and they're in the airflow, so the incoming airflow, to maintain the coolness. Now, after a bit of research and digging online, I'll stick a couple of pictures in on this video now, and what you'll see is a schematic of a heater matrix on Rimmer Brothers and what looks to be a little unit with wires coming in, and it looks to me as if that should be the wire resistor for the fan. So when I actually measure the resistance between it's in the car in the center console this way, that's 3, 2, 1. I get no resistance between any of them off the between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3, nothing at all. So I check to see if the cable's going up around to the right, the left hand side of the motor. It is, and so therefore I mean I can't get my hand to it, but it's either pop riveted in or screwed in if it's there, which means the whole top of the dash has to come out, and I'm a bit loath to do that, to be honest. And I've been concentrating today on changing out this center console, the radio and the controls, because it's just all sprayed blue, the decals are all gone, and I did pick up another one from TR Shop in London, and they've got a few odds and sods with that, and I've put the new one in there. It's black. I mean, they're rare as anything, the black ones, and I cleaned up the illumination panel on the top, got rid of the glue remnants, and again I've only got speed 3. There, I've only got speed 3, but in the big scheme of things, you know, I thought it was that. I don't know what made me think it was that. It's probably because that's where I thought the resistors would have been positioned, but it's not. So yeah, and the wiring on this car is something to be desired, honestly. The radio is all back working now. The speakers were the fader was the balance and the balance was the fader, simply because they'd used a rear speaker, and that's why you lost the left hand side when it was you set the fader. Anyway, cigarettes lighting, the illumination's working. What else? The speedo it just unpopped again. It was just one of those things. So the speedo's all working. So I've just taken it out for a little burn. It's fine. Ticks over nicely. What else? The bushing on the steering is very, very hard. Can you hear that? So I need to know what it is. It's a power steering on it, but I think when you go over a bump, she's quite hard, and it knocks a bit. You can feel it coming through the steering. What I also did as well is I adjusted the bonnet. So if you watch the bonnet, when I pull the bonnet, she pops. Lovely. This is what you want. You just don't want it to, and she will open. And yeah, I've just adjusted the cable to take up any tension, and yeah, she pops nicely. And so I'll put that back in. What I do need also is a choke switch, so the choke light will illuminate. I'm going to have to try and source one of those. I meant to ask Dave last night when I picked up the what I thought was the resistor pack. So I have a spare one now, because I don't think there's anything wrong with my old one. It's just a mechanism to hold the switches, and the wiring's all correct for that. And what else? I don't think there's much else really. No, so the clock. Right, so I've got the clock, this spare clock, working now. So it'll work. It was working the right way up, whereas before it wasn't. And I've just got it running off a 9-volt battery, and the battery voltage is down to about sort of 8 volts. But it takes next to no current to run these clocks. And you can see, because I've got all its clothes off, so to speak, there's a little coil activated mechanism. I cleaned it all up, and basically what it was this was a bit of crud. I'm going to drop it. Was a bit of crud in the base of the spindle there, so I cleaned it all out. You see that in the base there where it pivots, and I just soaked it in some mild alcohol overnight and bit of WD-40, and away she went. And yeah, so I've got a spare clock if anyone needs one, one would say. These are notorious for stopping, and the clock in there, this is still running, this one, which is lovely. Yeah. And what else? Oh, lastly, yeah, the electric aerial. So what I found is when you switch the car on and the radio on, you had to turn it off and turn it back on again to get the aerial to raise or lower. And that's because when you've got 3 wires on the aerial, you've got the power and the switch, so it can actually rotate the other way, so the motor. So when you turn the power on, it turns 12 volts on one output and takes it off another, and so it drives down. Now when you switch it off, it drives up. So all they did was reverse the cables. So you know, it is what it is. But yeah, just unbelievable. So everything's functioning, albeit the speed of the fans. And on the doors, it is annoying. They've got these, I think they're stag lights or MGB lights. They're not the swivel lights, and only one comes on when you open the door. So but I'm quite pleased with the center console. I've got all the decals back, and it is black. Like I say, I'm not really that phased that it's black. I think it looks quite nice as a contrast, to be honest. TR7 sticker was already on there, but at least it looks a lot better than that blue thing. This blue thing that was in it. So yeah. So with that, I'm going to leave it there. Short and sweet. Not too long. Nothing else major. Alright, and again, big thanks to Chris Manning and his friend Dave for trying to help me out. And they did, and turns out that this is not a resistor pack. I was in a quandary thinking that how can it sink that much heat if between that and that you coming in here you technically have well, as I measured, 6 amps times 12 volts is 76 watts. So I mean that's yeah 6 12 to 72, yeah 72 watts. So that's quite amazing. But anyway, am I going to strip it all out and do the fan resistors? I could actually do something myself, but I'll have a look and see what I can find, and stick it somewhere maybe through the bulkhead or something, and bolt some high power resistors to the bulkhead. We'll see. Alright, thanks a lot, and yeah, I don't know what's next on the agenda for this, but we'll see. Alright, bye for now. Bye.